Time now is 9:14, and you know, a lot of times we joke about the fact that there's an app for everything, but how about this? Did you know that there are several apps out there that can now track a woman's cycle? Ladies, let's talk. So why exactly would you need this? On the very serious side, for couples trying to get pregnant. On the fun side, to know when you might be craving chocolate, or maybe when you might be a little cranky. We asked Dr. Natasha Laird to join us this morning here on Good Morning Arizona to talk about some of these apps. And it's really interesting because it is a fantastic tool for ladies out there to track their cycle and things that might be related to it. Good morning to you.
Sure, good morning.
You know, one of the apps, there are several different apps that you really like. One of the apps out there is called Clue. And some of the things, talk to me about some of the things that it does for you and why it's a benefit.
So one of the things that Clue does is it tracks your cycle so that you can figure out, you know, each month when your cycle is coming. It's great for figuring out, obviously, when you're going to ovulate if you're trying to get pregnant. But let's just say for practical use, you want to go on vacation in about 6 months, right? You're not on any kind of birth control or anything like that, and you want to know, are you going to have your cycle when you go to the beach? Well, you can look that 6 months ahead, find out when your cycle is going to come, and then you can plan around that.
I love that. That's great information. You know, another thing, Apple Health. This is right on the iPhone, and the women's health section is something brand new. You say it hasn't even come out just yet.
No, but it's on its way, and we're really excited about it, because how cool would that be? Not only will you be able to do it on your iPhone and your iPad, but now with the Apple Watch, you'll also be able to track your cycle. And again, you'll be able to figure out when you're going to ovulate. But other things like potentially physical and or emotional symptoms that you may be having, that could be related to your cycle.
So you're telling me that I could give my husband a heads up?
You sure can.
When I'm going to be a little cranky.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know, another thing I thought was really interesting is you said, even though you're an OBGYN, you started using these apps as a patient first.
Yes. Yes, one of the first apps that I began using was an app called iPeriod, and I was noticing that my cycles were longer, they were more painful, I would be exhibiting certain symptoms, and I noticed they would come every month. So when I found this app, I was able to track that, so not just track, you know, for the sake of finding out when I wanted to ovulate, because I wasn't trying to get pregnant.
Right.
I just wanted to know if these health symptoms were related to my cycle, and in fact, I was able to take that back to my OBGYN and figure out what was going on so we could treat it.
There is another app called Glow, and what I thought was interesting, what you just said, was this is good for not only those who are trying to get pregnant, but those who don't want to get pregnant.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And again, that's because there are a lot of health symptoms out there, things such as PMS, which we all know about, like you said, warning your husband ahead of time, but a more severe form of PMS called PMDD, or premenstrual dysphoric disorder. You may have painful periods. Some people don't even know that their headaches could be related to their cycle.
Interesting.
But if you're tracking these along with your cycles, here again, you can then take that back to your OBGYN, and you guys can develop a plan.
I love this. Dr. Laird, thank you for educating us about these really useful apps. Really appreciate that. If you miss any of that information, we'll put it all on our website, azfamily.com. Thanks for the help.
Thanks so much.
Really appreciate it, girlfriend. April will